The Boy Who Learned to Smile. The boy's name is Yunjai. He lives in the city with his mother and grandmother, both of whom love him dearly. Yunjai has a small problem with his brain. He cannot easily feel joy, sadness, or fear. Despite this, his mother and grandmother do everything they can to help him live a normal life. Every morning his mother wakes him with a gentle voice. "Yunjai, it's time to get up. Let's start a new day." She smiles at him. When she does, Yunjai thinks to himself that he too should smile. He doesn't truly understand why people smile, but he tries because his mother asks him to. "Yunjai," she says, "smiling makes it easier to communicate. When people see your face, they'll know you aren't angry." Yunjai looks in the mirror and practices parting his lips bit by bit. His mother encourages him. Some days it goes well, other days it is a struggle. Regardless, she never fails to praise him. In the kitchen, his grandmother prepares food, the air filling with delicious aromas. "Yunjai, come and eat," she calls. He sits at the small table, and she sets down hot soup, rice, and side dishes. "Eat carefully," she reminds him. "You need a full belly to think and study well." Yunjai nods and eats slowly, focused on not spilling a single grain. "Is it delicious, Yunjai?" she asks. He doesn't really know. Food doesn't bring him much pleasure, but he knows she worked hard. "Yes, it's delicious," he replies. Hearing this makes her happy. After breakfast, his mother heads to her small bookstore nearby. His grandmother stays home to do the laundry and dishes, occasionally heading to the market. Yunjai spends his time searching the bookshelves at home. When characters in books express emotions, he struggles to understand them. Yet he likes the letters and the words. He enjoys reading the dialogue slowly, one by one. In the evening, the family gathers before a small television. While his mother and grandmother watch the news or movies, Yunjai sits beside them. When people on the screen laugh or cry, he doesn't grasp the exact reason, but he acknowledges that they are expressing something. When a host tells a joke and his family laughs, Yunjai tries to follow suit. He wants them to feel his presence beside them. Sometimes, his mother teaches him emotions using drawings. Showing him pictures of laughing, crying, and frightened faces, she explains, "This is joy, this is sadness, this is fear. Try to remember them well." Yunjai studies the shapes of the eyes and mouths. He mimics them in front of the mirror. It is difficult, but because he loves them, he tries his best. A winter of change. One day, his mother mentions that Christmas is coming. She decorates the shop and places a small tree by the entrance. Grandmother knits warm scarves for everyone. Yunjai receives a soft one. "There might be many customers on Christmas Eve," his mother says. "We must be ready." Yunjai nods. He knows she wants the shop to do well, so he helps her dust the shelves and organize the books. On Christmas Eve, the shop opens as usual. Outside, snow begins to fall. People come in to buy books as gifts. His mother smiles at the guests, and his grandmother watches over the counter. Yunjai clears away wrapping paper and keeps things tidy. The day seems quiet and peaceful, until evening, when the unthinkable happens. A stranger enters the shop with dark intentions. He is aggressive, shouting and demanding money. His mother tries to calm him. "We don't have much money. Please don't scream. Just stay calm." But the man doesn't listen. He grabs a heavy object and strikes the grandmother. She collapses. His mother screams. Even as Yunjai watches this unfold, he feels no fear. He simply observes that something very bad is happening. His mother rushes to the fallen grandmother, but the man shoves her away. She hits her head and loses consciousness. Yunjai stands still. He doesn't cry. He doesn't scream. He simply doesn't know what to do. The man grabs the money from the register and flees. Outside, people see him and call the police, but he vanishes into the darkness. Inside the shop, only blood and pain remain. Grandmother does not move. Mother is breathing, but it is labored and shallow. The ambulance and police arrive. Doctors examine them and rush them to the hospital. Yunjai sits in the ambulance, holding his mother's hand. She is unconscious. At the hospital, the doctors do their best, but they cannot save his grandmother. She passes away. "We are so sorry," the doctors say. His mother remains in the intensive care unit, trapped in a deep sleep. Yunjae is left alone. He sits by her side, gazing at her silently. He has no words, but he knows something terrible has occurred. People tell him, "You must wait for your mother to wake up." But as time passes, she remains lost to the world. New beginnings. Eventually, social workers look for a place for Yunjae. That is when Dr. Shim, an old acquaintance of his mother, appears. He is a kind man who had visited their home often. "I will help you," Dr. Shim says. "Stay at my house until your mother gets better." Yunjae agrees. Dr. Shim's home is quiet and clean, filled with books and a small shop selling rare editions. Every morning, Yunjae goes to a new school. He has no friends there. He sits in the back of the class and speaks to no one. The teachers find him quiet but capable. He listens well and takes meticulous notes. But the other students don't talk to him. No one asks about his family or invites him to play. Then a boy named Gon approaches him. Gon has sharp eyes and a rough way of speaking. "Why are you so quiet? Do you have no feelings?" Gon asks. Yunjae doesn't know how to answer. He looks at Gon, but he isn't afraid. Gon bangs on the desk in anger, and the other students whisper. A teacher rushes over to stop a fight, but Gon doesn't back down. He glares at Yunjae and mutters, "Freak," before leaving. During break, Gon grabs Yunjae by the collar, wanting him to show fear or scream. Yunjae remains still. Frustrated, Gon lets go. "Are you really empty inside?" he snaps before storming off. Yunjae doesn't understand why Gon is so angry. He feels no resentment, but he realizes he dislikes being touched by others. The bullying continues for days, but one afternoon, Yunjae sees Gon sitting alone in the schoolyard, crying. No one goes to him because everyone is afraid of him. Yunjae stops. He doesn't know what to do for a crying person, but he approaches anyway. Gon looks up and barks, "What are you looking at?" His voice sounds like it's in pain. Yunjae wants to ask if he's okay, but he isn't sure if it's the right thing to say. "You're crying," he says softly. "Is it very hard for you?" Gon looks away, remembering his family's advice to stay quietly beside those who are sad. Yunjae sits down. Finally, Gon speaks. "My dad is in prison. My mom left. I live with my aunt, but she hates me. I hate everything." His voice trembles. Yunjae doesn't fully understand the depth of that emotion, but he says, "That must be hard. I'm sorry." The power of presence. After that day, Gon stops the bullying. Instead, he begins to sit quietly next to Yunjae. They attend classes and do homework together. It turns out Gon didn't want an enemy. He wanted a friend. Yunjae listens patiently as Gon talks about feeling abandoned and angry at the world. Their friendship becomes the talk of the school. Some warn Yunjae that Gon is dangerous, but the two continue to eat together in the cafeteria. While Gon still gets into scraps with others, he relies on Yunjae because Yunjae never judges or mocks him. Soon a girl named Dora joins them. She is bright, loud, and laughs often. "Hey, why are you so quiet?" she asks Yunjae. "I have a hard time expressing emotions," he explains. Dora is curious but not cruel. "Then should I explain them to you? Maybe then you'll understand better." Yunjae nods, remembering his mother's advice to learn from others. Dora becomes the third member of their group. She points things out to Yunjae. "That kid is angry because he's jealous. That one is crying because of a bad grade." Slowly, Yunjae learns the spectrum of human feeling. When Dora asks about his family, he tells her the truth. "That's so sad," she says. "It must be so hard for you." Yunjae nods. He doesn't feel the sharp sting of grief the way others do, but he knows it is a heavy thing. The awakening. Yunjae visits the hospital often, reading books to his mother and telling her about Gon and Dora. "Mom, I'm trying to smile these days. When Gon is angry, I know his heart is hurting. When Dora is happy, she looks truly joyful. I want you to wake up soon. I want us to be together." One day, while he is holding her hand, her finger twitches. At first he thinks it's an illusion, but then she opens her eyes. The nurses rush in. She looks for him with trembling eyes and whispers his name. "Yun-jae, Yunjae's heart pounds. He doesn't feel strong emotions, but he feels something hot inside. Mom woke up, he calls out. She is weak, but she smiles at him. For the first time in his life, Yunjae feels a glimmer of relief and joy. He doesn't cry, but his chest tightens. Mom, I'm here. I've waited so long. As she begins the long road to recovery, Dr. Shim helps with the arrangements. They move to a smaller house, and although the old bookstore is closed for now, his mother dreams of opening a new one. By autumn, Yunjae is in a new grade with Gon and Dora. He is more active now, even speaking up in class. Most importantly, he tries to stay by the side of anyone who is struggling. He still struggles with his own emotions, but he works hard to be helpful. When he catches his mother's eye, he tries to give her the smile he's been practicing. He misses his grandmother. Tears don't come, but he feels the emptiness. He holds on to her words. It's okay if you can't cry. Just be there. It's okay if you can't smile. Just speak kindly. A new chapter. When his mother finally opens a new small bookstore, Gon and Dora help carry the books. Dr. Shim brings flowers. Looking at the bright, safe shop, Yunjae marvels at how life continues even after the darkest times. At the opening ceremony, his mother thanks everyone. Our home isn't just made of walls, but of the hearts of people. As everyone applauds, Yunjae stands by her side. He looks at his friends. They are beaming. Yunjae lifts the corners of his mouth. It isn't a perfect smile, but it is sincere. The smiling practice was not in vain. Yunjae's difficult season has ended. He hasn't become someone who feels exactly like everyone else, but he has learned that others feel joy, sorrow, friendship, and hope. He has learned to accept them and be there when they need him. He is no longer alone. He has his mother, his protector Gon, and the cheerful Dora, and in his heart he carries the warm gaze of his grandmother. Life can be hard, Yunjae realizes, but if you are with others, you can keep moving forward. That is the truth he has finally learned.